Mamaroneck's 2024 to 2025 boys varsity hockey season was a welcome change for Mamaroneck. Prior to this season, Mamaroneck hockey was a struggling program. This year, however, the team was able to flip the script and become one of the most dominant teams in the area. Though the season's success is credible to many people, I sat down for an interview with two players who were crucial to the team's success. That being number 29, Derek Tumsuden, the sophomore right wing, and number 8, Dimitri Thivaios, the junior defenseman. With Mamaroneck Public Radio, I'm Jakob Kuhn, and this is Huddle Up.
Okay, so first of all, congratulations on your win on Friday. That was a pretty crazy win. It was very fun to watch from the booth. One of the things that I've noticed about your team, and I was talking to this with Mr. Segerman, who I did the broadcast with on Friday, is that once your team gets that first goal, almost, it seems like there's a lot of momentum that gets built up. So it's that first goal, and then just a bunch more goals get scored. Do you think that kind of plays into your gameplay?
Well, I think momentum plays a big factor. Once we get going, like you said, we can really start to play better as a team, and we get more comfortable. And yeah, once we get that first goal, it's a good start. So
yeah, I think it helps build the team's confidence beginning of the game, and then just puts us in a right mindset, and then we start to score a lot more after that.
Right. So does that kind of go for defense too? Like if Mikey Dillon, for example, has a very good save, do you think that he continues to have good saves?
Yeah, I'd say that. I mean, he plays good every game, and he makes a lot of good saves. And yeah, I think after that first big save, he just goes on a roll. But preferably we'd like him not to, because we don't want him to get shot at.
Well, yeah, Mikey's been awesome for us all year long, so we obviously love having him in net, and he has the capability to make saves that not a lot of goalies can make. So it's a treat having him there, and yeah, he just builds on to what the team can do when he gets hot.
So you would say that there's a lot of confidence that gets built up from having a player like Mikey in goal?
Yeah, I'd say for sure.
We play a lot more offensive compared to a lot of other teams.
That's the next thing that I was going to ask. So obviously, Derek, you play baseball, so you kind of understand the value of having, for example, a pitcher that you know is going to go out there and give you a lot of scoreless innings. That kind of drives you offensively. You think it's very similar for hockey?
No, I feel like we kind of go out there same mindset every single game. We go out there, we're confident. No matter which team we're playing, who's in net. We just go out there, we try to win.
We know we're going to win. It's the type of confidence we need.
Yeah, there's confidence is another point that I wanted to kind of go on. Do you think that confidence kind of comes from other players on the team, like your teammates?
Yeah. I think once we have one or two players that score some goals, big goals, it just helps bring everybody up and force people to start playing a lot higher level, I guess, making it they'll bring their confidence up as the team's doing very good, and then they'll start to play a lot better because of that.
Well, yeah, we got our captains over there, Matthew, Dimitri, Charlie, and Mikey. They've done a great job for us all year long. They can really get us fired up. They can get us in the right mindset, so they've been awesome.
Captains, obviously you guys have 4 captains. You just mentioned them, so thank you for that. Do you think that leadership stops at the captains, though, or do you have a player I guess this is more for Dimitri. You have a player like Derek, who's clearly one of the better players on the team.
Yeah. Sure.
But he's also a sophomore. This is full year on varsity. Is that correct? Okay. So do you think that other players still can find leadership in him? Is that?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's not limited to just captains.
Yeah. No, it's just the captain, I guess, is just a title. But I feel like anybody can bring everybody each other up. You just have to play well. You have to be positive. You can't be negative towards the team.
Derek, do you find leadership to be something that you have to grow into? And Dimitri, you could also answer that as you are a captain. But Derek in particular, is leadership something that throughout the season you've kind of learned to grow into? Because it's something that I see personally from up in the booth. A lot of plays get built around you and the first line. Do you think that leadership is something that you've kind of adopted, or do you have it going into the season?
I've always been more of a leader on all the teams I've played with, so getting on a new team, it kind of took me a little bit, but I definitely like playing with Matthew. He's a great leader, and I like to contribute to what he brings to the team. So yeah, I'd say it's a part that I had to grow into.
What about Shap? There's a lot of experience that you could pull from having a coach like Shap.
Well, he's been coaching for a good, 50 years now, probably.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And he's seen just about everything, so most of the time, if he says something, it's most likely right. And now, yes, to say, this is going to sound a little rude, but some of the stuff we do, we try to modernize because a lot of the plays he tries to work on are older plays that still work, which work perfectly. But we just, to have like a easier time playing together, try to modernize it, but he's seen just about everything. So if he says something, it's most likely right.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, Shap's been a great coach for a long, long time now. So the stuff that he tries to implement to the team usually works, like Dimitri said. But again, like, in order to play well and have fun together, we have to kind of do stuff on our own sometimes.
There was an instance on Friday towards the end of the game where obviously things got a little bit spirited, for lack of a better word. Yeah. I don't know if you guys want to get into details about what happened, but what I noticed is that Shap basically started yelling at you guys because you were up by a lot. Do you think of that value? There's value that comes from that discipline. Also, I believe he has a 4-game rule, 4-game suspension if you instigate a fight. Is that correct?
Yeah, but nobody's really instigated a fight in a while. But I guess the discipline, yeah, but it's more like just a mindset. It's not really, it is discipline, but we just try to be a better team because the past 2 years we weren't very liked in New York State as a team, and Chap's really just trying to turn us around and make us more likable, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. Dimitri has been on the team the past couple of years. I haven't, so I can't really add on to anything he just said, but Shap's great when it comes to discipline. He knows how to play hockey the right way. So
that's a very interesting point about Derek, this being your first full year on varsity. Dimitri, have you felt a culture change?
Yeah, for sure. The past 2 years, we were definitely more of a goon squad, I guess. There was a lot of goons on the team, and we've shifted more towards a team that just plays the right way and wins like that. Like last year, we won 6 games the whole year. I think we're at like 10 this year, something like that.
Yeah, we're at 10 right now.
Yeah, so it's a lot different this year.
And the season's far from over. We still got 4 games left, so
still have a couple games left.
We could definitely even like double the win total from last year, which would be huge.
Yeah, we definitely could.
How much can you credit to younger players such as yourself or Aiden Coe, another player that's on the first line as of last Friday?
Quite literally everything. The whole team was terrible. We had a few good players last year, but majority of the team didn't really care about the team, I guess, in general. They were very selfish, and this year we're playing more as a team and letting us play better.
Yeah, from the outside looking in last year, I felt like they could use like a culture change, like you said, and having 14 seniors leave last year, that opened up a lot of new spots, a lot of new roles that I think me and some of the sophomores and Henry Ramsey as a freshman have filled pretty nicely.
Right. Do you think that there are also changes to what you guys do outside of the rink, outside of practices, like together? For example, I see on the Murda Puck Instagram account, you guys always go out to what it looks like post-game dinners or pre-game dinners. Is that something that's kind of built into team chemistry?
I think it helps with the team chemistry. I wouldn't say it's something that's different. We've done that every year. But we've definitely gotten a lot closer through them as the whole team's very new, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like I mentioned before, we had 14 new roles this year, so I feel like the team dinners helped everybody like bond and mesh together and create chemistry that ultimately does help on the ice.
I'm sure that Shap also has measures to make you guys closer. For example, morning runs. We did an interview with the Stutter 3, like the 3 Stutterts. Yeah, and they mentioned that, we asked about morning runs, and they mentioned that it's kind of a way to show that you guys are all there together and you guys are all struggling through them together. How important do you think that kind of mentality is to the building of a team chemistry?
I think it's really important because it shows that the team, even through, I wouldn't say rough times, but unpleasant times, they stay together and they still work through it. Like 6Ms, I think it's just built discipline. I don't really think it's a whole lot of exercise, to be honest, but I think it just brings the team closer together to see that you're not the only one that's actually working.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. The runs at 6 in the morning, obviously not the funnest thing you can do, but it builds discipline, it builds character, it builds chemistry with one another. Everybody's there. Like Dimitri said, we're doing it together. We're getting our work in before the season starts, and That's pretty important.
And this is just out of total curiosity. Do you guys have any other rituals that you do before a game that would kind of build up team chemistry, like something that you guys would do together or something that you do in preseason that would build up that chemistry?
Not really, I guess. I mean, in the locker room, we all go through the lineup together as a team, but I don't think we really have a team.
Yeah.
Maybe team dinners, I guess. That'd probably be it. Every Thursday before a home game, we'll have dinner at somebody's house or at a restaurant.
Yeah, and I'd say after a win, we have like a specific song we play in the locker room. We get hyped together, but nothing too crazy.
Hockey and many other team sports are a game where you need to be able to trust your teammates. This is something that you see in football, you see it in basketball, but you also see it in a sport like hockey. Can you attribute those little kind of team building things like the morning runs or the team dinners that you mentioned to that confidence that you build in each other?
Yeah, I'd say majority of it is built on the ice, but I think like the backbone of all that, like trust and confidence with your team, is seeing each other outside of hockey, struggling together outside of hockey, and just doing a lot of things outside of hockey together.
I think the great thing about this program, the school program and the travel program, is it develops kids from a very young age. Like, I've been playing with 5, 6 of these kids since I was 7, 8 years old, so it's been like a long time that I've played with them. We know each other, we know how we play, and you just find you know where they're gonna be. It's great for the chemistry. It's great for the team. It helps the team a lot. So yeah.
So let's just say that like a new player comes to Mamaroneck or Larchmont, joins the team, never really played with any of you guys before. How easy would it be to kind of shift into that culture?
I think after the first practice, the whole team's pretty friendly, so they'll get accustomed to the whole team. I think after practice, maybe 2 if they're a shyer kid, but the whole team is just like, I would say, like a nicer bunch of kids compared to last year, so they'll feel welcomed hopefully.
That can also be attributed to that culture changing that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I think that the team, like Dimitri said, we're all pretty nice for the most part. We're all pretty friendly. I've always tried to be outgoing to anyone like coming in, so I think it wouldn't take very long for them to get accustomed to us, our team, how we play, our chemistry.
How do you feel that like the student section adds to the chemistry? Now, the student section, if I may say, has been relatively small this season, but there have been games where it's been large. Obviously, I think that majority of you guys would agree that you would like to see a larger student section because everybody likes playing with the student section.
I would love to see a larger student section, but I wouldn't say it's small compared to the last few years. We've really had like only parents, maybe like 1 or 2 kids.
Right.
And yeah.
No, there's nothing better than, scoring a goal in front of your friends. So I would obviously like to see more people come out to show up, show some support. But, for the most part, we've seen a lot of guys, especially in that Scarsdale game. I remember that,
I remember that
pretty vividly. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, no matter who's there, we go out there, we play our game.
You guys are playing Rye on Friday, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's going to be a interesting game. But hopefully a large student section for that.
That would be a good large student because it's going to be a physical game.
Right.
So we got to be careful.
Do you think that those pre-existing tensions that you have kind of fuel your team going into it?
Yeah, I think most of I think it's just confidence we build over time, and that just brings us to another level. And then with that confidence, we'll do something good in the game. And then that'll bring it even further up, and we'll do a lot better with that.
A couple of weeks ago, we played Rye in Rye Playland, and before the game, their like Instagram account or whatever, they posted some things, like some hurtful things to some of our guys, our team, and like that gets us riled up, that gets us ready to play, that gets us going, and we ended up, coming out with the win, and we don't forget that type of stuff. So this Friday, we'll be looking to keep that same energy going. We'll be looking to get another win.
Another thing, I was talking to Mr. Siegerman earlier. He's the guy who commentates most of the games, and he was talking about the Suffern game from earlier in this year. He said that even though the game was 4-0, you would not think it to look at the score. How important do you think having a team like that fights even through a game that ends up 4-0, how important do you think that is to building up confidence of a team, like you mentioned, going into a game like Rye?
I think it just shows that even though we're realistically going to lose the game, it shows that we're just still going to work through it and try to do our best to the last minute, to the last second, which is a lot different from a lot of teams I've played for, as once we're down like 4-0 in the second period, we just give up. But to see the team work through even a loss, it just shows a lot of self-respect, I guess, for the team and team confidence.
In that game, we were down a couple of big-name players, so we knew we were going to have to do a lot to keep up with them. Like, Suffolk's been one of the best teams in all the state for the past 10 years, so we knew it was going to take a lot, and unfortunately we couldn't pull through. But, like I've said a lot of times this interview, like, we go out there with the same mindset. Like, we go out there, we play our hockey, we try to win, and sometimes, unfortunately, it's just not enough.
The depth of the roster, how important do you think it is to have good roster depth going into a season like this one where you could be down a couple big name players? I believe it's Savante was out in concussion protocol for a while.
Yeah, he was out. And as you've seen in the past few games, he's been a huge help.
Yeah.
I think it's really important because as we see, like, kids can get injured at any moment of time or they can get sick. And having a deep roster just shows that even though we'll be missing some of our big-name players, we'll still be a big competitor out there on the ice with I guess, our second squad, if that makes sense.
I completely agree. Like, when Savante went down with an injury, we had two guys really fill that role. We had Henry Ramsey and Dylan Studdard kind of switch on and off. Both of them played exceptional. Dylan Studdard scored one of the game-winning goals up in Ithaca. And now with Aiden hopefully not being out for too long, it gives some of the defensemen, like maybe Brady Barter or Jake Wellner, some time to shine. And I think that they most certainly can do it. Dylan Studdard might get put back, and that just shows the versatility of this team. We have 5 full forward lines, and we have 7 defensemen?
7 defensemen.
So that's a lot of guys that can go out there and play varsity level hockey for us. So I think it's huge.
And also, the people that you just mentioned that would fill in for Savante are both underclassmen. And I guess this would kind of be more for a senior, but you two can answer it. How important do you think being able to develop those underclassmen and being able to let the underclassmen play is for the future of this program?
I think it's really important because it'll let us, it'll keep the program alive. Like, compared to last year where we had 14 seniors, as Derek said, we didn't really have a program after the end, but seeing all these kids step up and take part of the team and helping them develop this year is just it's a real big it helps a lot with the longevity of the program.
Yeah, well, like I said before, this program develops kids from a very young age. So Dylan Studdard is one of those guys that I was talking about earlier that I've played with since a very young age. So him going up on that first line, like, our chemistry there really helped the team. That's one of the reasons why he succeeded so much, because me and him, we both knew, how each other played. And Matthew Studdard is his brother, so obviously he knows how he played it. There was a lot of chemistry that played a big role on that first line when Savante was out, so it was pretty big.
Despite having seniors such as Matthew Studdard or Mikey Dillon graduating this year, Mamaroneck Hockey is able to rely on players like Dimitri next year and underclassmen stars such as Derek to lead the team for coming years. Today, I was able to see the value of having leaders like them as they help lead a team to victory. For Mamaroneck Public Radio, I'm Jakob Kuhn, and this is Huddle Up.